The stakes are high, the cards are dealt, and you're about to take your first drink. But what's the real gamble here? Each sip is a roll of the dice, and the effects might surprise you. We're laying it all out on the table. The immediate effects of alcohol on your body. Will your body win or fall under the pressure? Are you ready to see the cards? Keep watching the video.
From the first sip to the next morning's hangover, alcohol has a journey through our body that many of us aren't aware of. We'll explore how alcohol gets into our bloodstream, what happens when it reaches our brain, and why different people can have such different reactions to the same drink. So, grab a seat and maybe a glass of water because we're about to uncover the science behind alcohol effects on our body. To fully understand the effects of alcohol on our body, we'll try and explore 6 key sections in this video. Each of those sections will try and expound different aspects of alcohol's effect. So one of the aspects that we're going to cover, which is of course the first effect, is relaxation and euphoria. So you may ask yourself, what happens right after you start drinking? So one of the first things many people experience is a sense of relaxation and euphoria. So it is important to note that this feeling of well-being typically occurs within the first 10 to 15 minutes because, the alcohol concentration in your blood starts to rise. So the exact neurochemical basis for this euphoria isn't fully understood. However, several key mechanisms are involved. So alcohol primarily affects the brain's neurotransmitters. So what it does is that it enhances the activity of GABA, which promotes relaxation and reduces anxiety. GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter, and so it typically promotes relaxation and reduces anxiety. While still covering this sector, it is important to understand that alcohol also stimulates the release of dopamine. Okay? So dopamine, when you try to research, you'll realize that most people call dopamine a pleasure hormone, right? Because it literally contributes to feelings of pleasure and perhaps feelings of reward. So this dopamine release plays a very, very significant role in the euphoric sensations that many people actually report. Okay? So there is also an involvement of the serotonin system, just in layman's language. Okay? So recent studies suggest that alcohol might actually decrease serotonin levels rather than increase them. Do you know why? This is because alcohol consumption tends to reduce the availability of amino acid tryptophan, which is a precursor of serotonin production. Number 2, alcohol affects coordination and reaction times. How? So when you consume alcohol, one of the most noticeable effects is impaired coordination and reaction times. So this typically happens because alcohol tends to slow down your CNS, the central nervous system, affecting how your brain communicates with your muscles. Okay? So what alcohol does here is that it brings some effects to the cerebellum. So cerebellum is actually the part of the brain responsible for controlling movement and balance as well. So this interference can make simple tasks like walking in a straight line maybe, or perhaps picking up a glass, become more difficult. Okay, I think that is very, very much understandable. You might also notice that someone who has taken alcohol for more than 20 minutes, perhaps depending on the quantity of alcohol, this person might be having slurred speech and perhaps maybe delayed reaction times. So for instance, if you're driving or making decisions, alcohol can make you slower to respond, which is why it is so crucial to avoid driving under the influence. So next time when you're out with friends or an event, remember that alcohol can significantly impact your ability to function effectively. Being aware of these effects helps in making safer choices and understanding the risks associated with drinking. So it will typically affect the way your CNS communicates to the muscles and therefore affecting your physical movement. The third thing that alcohol does is that it results in changes in mood and behavior. So we all understand that alcohol is a psychoactive substance, meaning that it can dramatically alter the way we think and feel. So let us try and explore how it affects our mood and behavior. Now, when you start drinking, alcohol boosts the production of dopamine, as we mentioned the other time, right? Often referred to as a happy hormone. Let me just say a pleasure hormone. So this increase in dopamine hits the brain's reward center, making you feel good, right? I believe that one everyone understands. So it literally encourages you to drink more and more and more and more. In the beginning, this can make you feel great and more social, but as you keep drinking, this euphoric effect can be overshadowed by the less pleasant side effects of alcohol, such as maybe confusion, clumsiness, and maybe nausea. Alcohol also acts as a disinhibitor. It lowers your inhibitions, making you more likely to engage in risky or uncharacteristic behaviors. Remember, we're talking about how alcohol affects your mood and behavior. So this might be something harmless, like talking more than usual, or it could lead to more serious consequences, like saying something you regret or perhaps attempting a dangerous activity. So because alcohol tends to slow down the parts of the brain responsible for decision making, it literally impairs your ability to think about the consequences of your actions. After heavy drinking, perhaps the hangover can be a miserable experience due to dehydration, hypoglycemia, which is basically low blood sugar, and the effects of alcohol's byproducts. So you may notice that people often turn into alcohol to cope with stress or maybe anxiety, seeking temporary relief by maybe increasing the dopamine and serotonin levels. However, long-term drinking can deplete these hormones, in quotes, leading to a heightened anxiety and reliance on alcohol for emotional management. So understanding these effects can literally help you make more and more informed decisions about drinking and its impact on your mood and behavior. Another effect is the diuretic effect and perhaps a lot of dehydration. So yes, alcohol can dehydrate you. In fact, it is a diuretic, which means it causes your body to remove fluids more rapidly than other liquids. So what you need to understand is that alcohol speeds up the removal of fluids through your renal system. Renal system is made up of kidneys, ureter, and also the bladder. So this means that if you're not drinking enough water alongside your alcohol, dehydration can set in very quickly, and this is very risky. Okay, so one reason alcohol causes dehydration if you're drinking on an empty stomach is that alcohol is absorbed into the bloodstream very quickly. Okay, so when there is no food to slow it down, it will literally bring more dehydrating effects. Okay, so once in a bloodstream, alcohol travels throughout your body, including your brain and also your lungs. This is why you might feel loopy or impaired. Okay, so your liver metabolizes alcohol at a rate of about 1 standard drink per hour. However, alcohol is processed, and so it is literally converted into acetaldehyde, which can be toxic. Okay, so the liver then breaks it down further into acetate. Alcohol reduces the production of antidiuretic hormone, which is a hormone that helps you retain water. So with the less antidiuretic hormone, your kidneys produce more urine. Okay, I hope you're understanding this. So less antidiuretic hormone, more urine, because what does antidiuretic hormone do? It literally helps your body retain water. To avoid this dehydration and the infamous hangover headache, you can try this. Okay, drink water alongside your alcohol. That is if perhaps you've not eaten, and just to make the process smooth, you can eat before taking alcohol. The only issue with eating while drinking alcohol is that it might contribute to some effects like vomiting, and that is what you need to avoid, because when you vomit, it will worsen the situation, right? The fifth important effect of alcohol that you're supposed to know is that alcohol has some significant effects on the digestive system. So I don't know if you're aware that alcohol affects every part of the digestive system. It all starts in the mouth and throat, where alcohol comes into direct contact. Okay, so when you just place your glass over the mouth, the alcohol will just get in contact with your mouth, right? And microbes can convert some of it into acetaldehyde, right? So if they convert it into acetaldehyde, remember acetaldehyde is as well toxic, right? So, and as the alcohol travels down the esophagus, it can directly damage the cells lining part of the digestive system and increase the risk of cancer, right? And also it contributes to acid reflux. I hope you're following. So because acid reflux happens when the stomach contents come back up into the esophagus, causing further damage. So you need to know that in the stomach, about 20% of alcohol is absorbed directly into the blood, and if the stomach is empty, alcohol moves quickly into the small intestine, so it irritates the stomach lining, leading to inflammation and affects stomach acid production. It worsens. Okay, the sixth and the last effect of alcohol that we're going to talk about in this video is the impact of alcohol on sleep pattern. I know many people might say, when I want to sleep, I'll just take alcohol and wake up the following day. But remember, what alcohol does is that it affects the quality of sleep. Okay, so we need to know two major things that result into this. The first one, which is not common, is the frequent awakenings that happen after someone has taken alcohol. Remember, what results into these frequent awakenings is basically the frequent urinations that someone might experience. The second and the major thing that contributes to this is the disruption or the suppression of the REM sleep. Okay, for those who might not be aware, the REM sleep is the rapid eye movement sleep, which is typically a stage of sleep where most dreams happen. So its name literally comes from how your eyes move behind your eyelids while you're dreaming, okay, leading to a vivid or distressing dreams and fragmented sleep. So these are the major 6 immediate effects of alcohol on our body. As we have seen, alcohol effects span from the initial sense of relaxation and euphoria to impacts on coordination, mood, and sleep as well. So these immediate reactions play a very, very significant role in how alcohol influences your overall well-being. So by understanding these effects, I think you can make informed decisions and perhaps know how to manage yourself. Remember to stay hydrated and enjoy responsibly. If you found this video informative and want to stay updated on more health and wellness tips, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more content for you. We'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below with any questions or suggestions for future videos, what topics you'd like us to cover next, because your feedback is very, very, very important. Thanks for watching, and we can't wait to see you in our next video. Stay healthy and take care.